You didn't know that with MC Hammer back in the day? You guys don't know that?
Max, did you see my
You didn't know that? You don't. She's singing the Too Legit. It's too legit to quit. She don't even know that. Don't even sing the song and don't even know.
Welcome to episode 36 of Hair Biz Radio with your host Zakiyrah and
Mikey.
And we are super excited to be doing this episode together after Mikey has been on vacation and working and on vacation and working all across the country, out of the country.
I love how it's like vacation when like you guys are getting
everywhere.
messages still all morning, day, night.
That's why I said working, vacation, working.
You know, it's interesting because sometimes working remotely like that, it can be really beneficial for your business.
Yeah.
Right. So the way I do it is when I'm here, I know a lot of people are much more reliant on asking me questions or this, that, the other, where I'm trying to get everyone to the level where you know your responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know, this is probably something you can handle. We've gone over it before because we've been through about everything now over the last 4.5 years. So it gives, I think, the team, which obviously is much bigger now, a chance to kind of problem solve on their own a little bit more and feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
But then also when you're not actually in the business, you can kind of have that outside perspective.
Yeah.
You can kind of see where you need to improve in the business.
Yeah. And start working on the business.
Start working on the business, right? Because, you know, one of our things is we're never going to be done.
Right.
Like we're always looking to be better in every little thing. And not always being in the office or being, you know, at my home office, it really allows you to see that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
One of my favorite entrepreneurs, Richard Branson, you know, Virgin Airlines and such, and all these other projects. The guy is amazing. He actually just had a book come out. I haven't got his book yet.
What's the name of the book?
Finding Your Virginity or something.
But
you know, because it matches his brand or
his
something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I want to get the book. But one of his famous quotes is, you know, when you're starting a business, the best thing you can do as an owner is take yourself out of the business as fast as possible. So that is, you know, building the team, getting all the processes in place and making everything. So then when you're outside, you have someone looking in constantly at the business to make it better.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, some people will take themselves out of the business and just, you know, pop bottles, but, you know, that's not going to...
Pop bottles.
Yeah, every once in a while it's cool, like everybody, right? But, like, the real thing is you have to take yourself out and then look inside the business and kind of see, hey, where can we be better?
Yeah. And you've been working on some really cool projects and stuff outside of working on the business. So let's talk a little bit about what we have come as he dusts his shoulders off.
I rode one of those, the bird. So if you guys seen those scooters, you know, like all around Atlanta, it's those little bird scooters. So I've been seeing them all around Atlanta. I was like, okay, this thing is so ridiculous, but so cool. And why didn't they have these when I was a kid or a teenager and cheap? So I was like, you know what? I downloaded the Bird app, hopped on one. I came to the office yesterday via the Bird scooter, and it was there and back, and it was literally the most fun I've ever had coming to the office.
Wow.
The scooters it's slow, and you know, I'm like 215, so I got some weight on me, so it's not like it can just go cruising, but it was so much fun. So yeah, Dustin, I had some pollen or something on my shirt. I just noticed because I came again second day via Bird.
Oh, you came on the Bird today?
You came on the Bird.
You ride that on the street?
Kind of like the sidewalk, the street, the belt line. I can cruise up the belt line and the Freedom Trail and all that stuff. Gotcha. So, but kind of street. But so yeah, some of these projects, like, so much going on.
Yeah.
You know, so much. You have to look at our client base right now has gotten pretty big. Yeah,
definitely.
Continues to grow every single day. So we always have to look at what we can do for our clients.
That'll add value,
add a lot of value to increase their sales, right? Like my thing is I want to keep building $100,000 clients where they're selling $100,000 a year just to start, you know, like get to that first level. Everyone wants to sell $1 million, but you got to sell 100,000 before you can sell that $1 million.
And
like
you got to sell 10,000 before you can sell 100,000.
Yeah, for sure. But like, let's focus on at least 100,000. So if you miss it, you maybe only sold 50, and 50 is not bad, you know, especially first year, second year, something like that, right? Because it takes time to build up the business.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of people, this is more of a side hustle to kind of get started because, you know, like everyone, have bills and other stuff you got to pay, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been working on some technology stuff that is pretty revolutionary for the industry. The private label extensions app, Apple, the iOS app. So
which is looking good.
It is looking so baller.
Yep.
So what we're going to do first is, I'm working with a team for this. And, me and these guys just hit it off really well. So once the private label extensions app is done and it's looking really good, then we can start onboarding clients with the same system.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a little bit different system. Private label extensions, the website's not changing, but the website for the app and some of the other stuff. And I'll give everyone details kind of once it's done and launched. I don't want to give too much of that juice right now. So allowing clients to purchase or to have a mobile app for the business, I think it's pretty huge.
I think so too. Like, people would kill to have an app.
Kill to have an app, right?
Yeah.
The app portion I think is going to be really exciting. And, we did something in our Facebook group and everyone's freaking out, like so excited about it. And we can even set it up where if you don't want a physical website and you just want to sell via app, which I always recommend having a website too.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you wanted to start with just an app, we're going to have that option. But the technology behind everything is super legit, like really good, the best in the industry. Because I feel like the beauty industry, it's so big, and a lot of the stuff with the technology, it's just so not there. Like, people aren't trying for the beauty industry, So like the stuff that I'm trying to do for the beauty industry is all cutting edge, all the best, where I feel like they're like, oh, it's just a beauty industry. Like, beauty industry is billions and billions and billions of dollars.
But I think that it's better for you to come in because you have like a lot of hairstylists or makeup artists and stuff, and their niche is creativity, not necessarily business. So if you have someone like you that comes in and bring like that technology, that business, that, then it makes the industry a lot bigger than what it is.
Yeah, but even the people that are like me that are bringing the technology to the beauty industry, they're doing it like so weak. I'm just like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, because this is the thing. I'm telling you what they're doing. They're just like, oh, these stylists, these makeup artists, they don't know better. Yeah. So let me do this cheap, crappy solution that I can just get by with and get money. And then, they're just not going to know better because it's the beauty industry and people aren't really like,
business
I feel
savvy.
Like, yeah, I mean, there are definitely business savvy.
There's some, yeah.
But, most hairstylists, makeup artists, these people, they're so busy, doing hair and this other stuff. The business side kind of gets left behind a little bit, especially the technology. So I think so many people get away with stuff, and I want to bring much more legitimacy, much more credibility to the hair industry, and bring like the forefront of the technology to the beauty industry. So everyone that gets on board, they're definitely going to do better than other people. Like, you're going to have an advantage. Whether you do better or not, it's going to be up to you, right? You can give someone a Ferrari, and I can drive my old Scion that I drive because I don't care anymore about cars. Yeah. Like, I might beat you because you don't know how to drive stick, even though you have the Ferrari. You see what I mean? I might beat you in my Scion, because even though you have the Ferrari, because you're not driving stick. You see, so it's kind of one of those things. You can give people the tools, but if people aren't really going to push and be dedicated, then what's going to happen?
They'll get left behind.
They're left behind
in the Ferrari.
Yeah, they'll be left behind. So, what's? I know you've been working on a few things. What do you got? Come on.
So we did. I don't know if we talked about this before on the podcast.
We haven't. I feel like I know where you're going.
What? Mikey thinks he reads minds now.
Kind of read minds,
So, we started working on the Hair University.
Yep.
Which has been really great. We started off with you doing a couple courses, free courses.
Yep.
The dropship course and the WordPress course, which we've had a couple thousand people download and use it. Yeah. And it's been great because a lot of the questions were like, well, how do I use my dropship account, or how do I change my pricing on WordPress, or add photos, or change this? So you basically gave them a whole course guide on how to do that, and that was going phenomenal. So then I created the Canva course, which took me we're not gonna say.
So that Canva course, for how long it took her, that thing should be like $5,000, okay? I didn't think that boy was ever getting done. I almost had to call her dad. I mean, I'm just like, what's going on with my Canva course? Like, let's go.
So once the Canva course was finally done, we've had some great feedback on that. It was, I think, a 2-hour course. It took about 2 hours.
To complete?
To complete, yeah. Not for me to complete it, but for the person who's taking the course. It's about a 2-hour course, and it just goes through and tells you how to use Canva for your hair business.
Right.
And I think the great thing about Hair University is that it's all tailored to the hair industry. So you have, other courses that you could take that are just online that may be free or you may have to pay for, but it's all generic. So our niche is creating courses for you to improve your business when it comes to the hair industry. So we just released the Instagram course, which gives you the basics on, a lot of people in our Start a Hair Business group. We did a poll, and a lot of people weren't familiar with how to use Instagram. So we created the Instagram course, and we've had a few people like the Instagram course, but it's basically a guide to help you set up your account, show you some marketing tips on using hashtags or collaborating with other people on Instagram, building your brand, building your following. So that was great too. And then we've had a lot of people say, well, how do I start my hair business? So that's been like a really big one. So we're working on a course for that now that we'll release pretty soon on how to start your hair brand, like from the tippy top to the very end. And then
just to get it started, not necessarily
just to get it
run
started,
it.
Not run it, right.
But, some of the things, business license or
logo.
form an LLC.
Yeah, going over that in heavy, the business entities, kind of how to get it started. A lot of people are like, do I need to have a LLC or a business license before I get started? You need one, but that shouldn't be the reason why you haven't gotten your business started yet. And it's fairly easy and not that expensive.
It's so much easier and cheaper than most people think.
Yeah, like a lot of people go to LegalZoom or stuff like that and pay hundreds of dollars to get it done. I did mine myself, $99. You go to the Secretary of State. It's like literally a 3-page application.
So easy, right?
Done in
You're
like
not going to reject it.
Yeah.
They want your money. They want you legit. They want your money. So this is the thing people need to realize, forming the LLC. It's way easier than you think.
Definitely.
And you're like, well, I don't know what to do. Just search whatever city you are.
Yeah.
Or state, Secretary of State, Georgia, because we're in Georgia.
Yeah.
Come up. Fill out the form, like all this stuff is online. And the problem I see is, which gets me real annoyed, is people will be like, oh, cash at me like $100 and I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Like you're basically filling out their form, they're taking that form and filling it out and charging you $100.
Exactly.
Like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Go direct to the source, please.
Yeah.
Save the money. Invest it in another part of your business, right?
Yeah. And then a lot of people had questions on, well, should I do a sole proprietorship, a partnership if I'm working with someone, LLC, corporation? And I think that's where the confusing part comes in at. Disclaimer, we're not attorneys. However, we're not accountants, not attorneys. But I think that the best one for someone who's starting off a business is an LLC.
So easy.
Because you're not held liable for, all of the you get all the profits, but you're not liable for anything that may happen that comes up in court or stuff like that. With a sole proprietorship, you're responsible for every single thing. So it's like you're mixing your personal with your business, and the LLC gives you that divided line between your business and your personal, so that if someone were to sue you, they're not suing you, they're suing your business.
Right.
Yeah, so just to go into that a little bit and clear up those questions, again, we're not attorneys, but that's the best advice that we can give you on that.
Yeah, and then, just a week ago, we launched...
About a week ago.
Yeah, oh my God, have you ever thought of being a singer? No, seriously, have you?
No.
Thank God. Anyways, about a week ago, we it was something we've talked about doing for a long time. We started the advanced marketing course.
Yes, very intense.
It's going to be intense, but you know what? The way we're doing this course, it's a 52-week course. And let's talk a little bit more in detail about this course and why we're doing 52 weeks, why it's not cheap.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff.
It's cheap compared.
Actually, for what you get and some of the courses that I've paid for, it's actually cheap. So it's $499. So what this does is it helps separate the people that are serious and maybe not as serious. I know there are some people that don't have the funds that are serious.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, I think like if Beyonce was coming in town and she was your favorite singer, you would find a way to buy those $500 Beyonce tickets.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
People pay for what they really want. And I think if you pay for something, it's an investment. So you'll take it more seriously.
100%. You know, if we made this a free course, a free 52-week course, 95% of the people in the first couple weeks would fall out.
Take it. Yeah,
they fall out. But when you spend $500, all of a sudden you feel like you have to hold yourself a little bit more accountable.
Definitely.
Like, hey, I paid money for this. I need to get my money out of this.
Every single penny.
So I need to work this course.
Yeah.
You know, and the way we're doing this course over 52 weeks is we're not just giving everyone all this information up front, right? So it's not overwhelming. I think a lot of people, even myself, with something new, I get overwhelmed when you get something, they're like, well, here's the whole textbook, and you're just like, don't even know where to start because there's so much information.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like, almost like bird feeding you all the information.
Yep.
So you can actually keep up and actually get it done.
Yeah. So we started off last week. Yeah,
last
week 1. And week 1 was pretty basic. You know, we just
super basic.
Go over a checklist of what you should already have done before you come to the advanced marketing course so that we can make sure that the platform that you're starting on, the foundation has already started to be built. So that's like website, domain, email, logo,
social media accounts.
Everything like that until we get into the big dog stuff.
Yeah, the big dogs come in.
The more advanced marketing
a little
stuff.
more advanced this week, which, you know, you have to be part of the course to find out.
Yeah,
but,
and so we do have a Facebook group that keeps everyone up to date with what we're doing. They can interact with us on a one-on-one basis. Just something that, you know, they can check in with each other, hold each other accountable, everyone who's taken the course. And I think the drip scheduling that we have set up is so good because, like you said, people get overwhelmed with like all this stuff I got to do. But it's like, no, if you haven't completed the first week, you know, take time, complete the first week. And then that way you can feel a sense of accomplishment. It's like, you know, small wins. I'm making this small win. Then I go to week 2, another small win. And then by the end of the 52 weeks, you have this business that's just flourishing because you took the time to, you know, go on a calendar or weekly basis to complete projects and tasks that you have to do.
It's going to be a lot of projects and tasks.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's interesting the way we did it. Zakiyrah and I got flashcards and we wrote all the stuff that we wanted people to learn. We said, okay, private label extensions is it's actually not just one of the fastest growing hair companies. It's one of the fastest growing privately held companies in America.
Definitely.
Right? So we know what we're talking about. And you know, there's a source that does this thing. We're not supposed to talk about it publicly until it's released, but that information will be out, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about that plenty forever. You'll never hear the end of this, so it's like grace period now before we never stop talking about it. But we took everything that we did and was like, okay, let's put all these little pieces on flashcards.
Yeah.
And then put it step by step. So we had it all out. Okay, this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Wait, no, this one over here needs to go here. So 5 turns into week 6.
Yeah.
And we kind of played this game of organizing everything. So it really is step by step. And we have real reasoning behind, you know, why you're doing this today and nothing else. It's because you have to do this. You have to gather data for a few weeks before you start running ads and spending money.
Yeah.
And then, now we're going to run this type of ad based on this that you did that's been collecting the data over the last couple of weeks. And it gets, it'll get a little technical for people, but, you know, I think when we're talking about hair and beauty and talking technical, it's a lot easier than when you get, you know, when you're online and you're trying to see like, they're talking about, you know, bird feeders and doggy treats with this company. I don't know. You know, they always use these examples, but sometimes I know for me, when it's not something that I can relate to, you get kind of lost.
Yep, definitely.
You know, so the advanced marketing Facebook group, we're just starting to ramp that up a little bit. As far as getting more people into it, and then we're going to be able to give up-to-date insights. We will be going back and adding additional stuff to the course as we get feedback. So kind of the people that are signed up now are kind of the pioneers for the course, and they're going to help lead the way as far as how the course is going to grow. Because like week 1 now, you know, I'm sure there's going to be additional stuff that we're going to add in there over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So should you wait to take it? I don't think so, because you still need to get all this information in.
And then you'll have a head start.
Yeah, you'll have the head start and everything else. So I think this course is very needed. Like really needed. I think that's what a lot of people struggle with is the marketing. They just, the stuff that we can teach them, I think, as long as they stick with it. And then, the certain tasks where it'll be like, hey, this week you're going to do this. And moving forward, you do this one task every single week.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to have it go through the course where every month or so you get this new item that gets stacked on top of your weekly to-do list.
Yeah. And it can be fun too. The advanced, you're learning a lot of stuff, a lot that you can incorporate into any other businesses that you may have as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
People actually contact me all the time. Can I do consulting for them?
No.
Can I do this? Can I help them with their marketing? And I tell everybody, no. I just don't have time. Like if I'm helping one-on-one grow your business, then I'm not growing my business. Right. So even if someone's like, well, I'll give you $1,000 for an hour, I still say no. Like it's just not worth it because my business is more important to me. But so having this type of platform where I can put all this information in one is fantastic. I mean, I could probably tell some of those people that aren't even in the beauty industry, hey, take this course and just relate it to your industry.
Yeah.
It would totally work.
Definitely.
All those tips, like all the stuff we're gonna give out in that, and a lot of the stuff, trust me, because there's easy ways for me to see what other hair companies and other just companies in general are doing. Yeah, a lot of them aren't doing this stuff.
Not at all. Yep. And if you're in the course, we're releasing week 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, week 2 comes out tomorrow, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time this actually comes out, so we're live in our Facebook group and on Instagram, the Private Label Extensions Instagram. But if you're listening to this on, since you've subscribed to us on iTunes and Stitcher and all that, this will probably be about a week late. So, but yeah, the course, the second week will be out. But a lot of people ask, hey, you guys launched on this date. Can I still join? So you can join anytime. Right. And then the courses are just released 1 week later after you join. So even if you join in a month, you still only have access to the first week. Yep. And the second week you have access to the second week courses and then so on. Yeah. Yep. And what else have we been doing? The building's coming along pretty great. Oh, that new building, The new building. We got the railing built. We got the stairs built. It is, our new location is going to be so beautiful. So nice. The showroom, the office floor, the studio. So our new podcast studio, if you've seen this video or you're watching it now. Yeah, it's going to be an upgrade. Major upgrade. MTV Cribs upgrade. Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. Everyone keeps asking me when it's going to be done. And I always say it's construction. So it takes twice as long and costs twice as much. So yeah. But... so some other news is tomorrow we got something big coming. Something nice coming out tomorrow, right? Something else tomorrow is, I don't even know if I told you this. So we're closing on the land. Yeah. So we're not thinking just ahead with the building. That's one step ahead. Mm-hmm. We're thinking 2 steps ahead. And we're actually closing on our land tomorrow. So we're buying 1.5 acres of land, pretty close to the new office space. Yep. And right now it's just filled with trees and everything else. It's just a plot of land, right? Got a killer deal on it. We're investing. Baller. Yeah, investing. See, it's not, I'm not paying myself all this money and, my partner's not paying. We're investing back in the business for growth, which is so important. So we got this 1.5 acres of land. So once the building's done, depending on, the finances and everything else, that is going to be probably about a 10,000 square foot warehouse and distribution center for our business. Yep. And we might even build about 1,000 square foot extra studio in there. Oh, yeah. Too legit to quit. Yes. So you're trying to get me to do it. Everyone always see I do one thing off camera, then on camera's rolling. Everyone wants me to do it. So yeah, I mean, that's just another investment. And everyone that's working with us, all our wholesalers, our dropship people, everything else, this is going to be huge for them because now, one of the biggest problems we have now, we're so limited by space. Yeah. everyone's like, oh, can you get more wigs? Can you get this? Can you get that? We are going to have so many more wigs, other beauty products for the drop ship. We want someone to have a whole beauty storefront online, the capability of doing that with a great website, with a great app, with ability to learn how to do marketing, support through our Facebook group, and then of course our customer support. I mean, you can see it's the whole ecosystem of the business, the hair business, all being built right now.
Yep. It'll be a one-stop shop.
Yeah, I mean, our clients right now, we have a lot of clients killing it. So it's about, hey, how can we get more people to do that?
Yeah.
But even though you think of how big this industry is, right? So I want to build all these $100,000 clients as soon as possible, right? Yeah. When I build 10, let's just say I build 100, okay? That's still only $10 million. Yeah. I say only, but it's only relative to the whole industry is $10 billion.
Yeah.
It's like of the whole industry, because people are like, is it oversaturated? No, we're like this.
A crumb in the entire industry.
Yeah, it's like still a crumb. The industry's so big. And then what I always remind people, it's not just this business, it's any business.
Any business.
So when there's a good opportunity, a lot of people get into it, right? But not everybody sticks with it. Maybe they're doing something the wrong way, business-wise, this, that, the other. They're in the business for 6 months, and then they're out, right? So it's really about being consistent. So it's about being consistent with this advanced marketing course, with your own business, everything else. So I feel like as many people that are getting in the hair business today,
they're getting out.
They're getting out too.
Yeah. But the other thing is, there's so many, like you said before, there's so many different businesses that are identical. If you look at laundry detergent, like we all buy different laundry detergent, but they all make a lot of money in Walmart. Like you have Tide, you have All, you have generic brand, like you have so many different laundry detergent names, and they all sell.
Oh yeah.
It's the same with the hair industry. You have a ton of different hair companies. They're all selling hair. Different people just prefer different companies.
Yeah, so really it's about making that connection with your client. Yeah. Letting them feel comfortable with you. Obviously stylists have a huge advantage because, it's easy to sell hair when you're a stylist to your clients, especially if you have, one of the things we've been really working on is having the different tiers. So you have like the raw hair is going to be like, straight
Top
from the
tier.
temples of India. It's going to be expensive and, that's what it is. And then we have the real cheap hair that, not... Everyone, it's funny when people talk bad, there's certain kind of, I don't want to say snobby people in the industry, but there's definitely snobby people in the industry where like, oh, but that's not the, the temple hair from India. That's like the top human. I'm like, not everyone can afford this.
Right.
Like, yes, I know, we all know this is not as good as this type of hair. But not everyone's going to afford it. Maybe they're doing a quick weave. Why am I going to get raw Indian hair, this expensive hair, if I'm going to put a glue and cut up the wefts? Like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
So, and then there's even cheaper than the hair we sell, because all our hair is 100% human. People buy pack hair like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So they're buying pack hair even cheaper, right? And it's just like some people just can't afford it,
And that's okay.
You have to accept, that's why it's so important to not always be so strict about what you love. It's what your clients love.
Yeah. You can't supply something that no one's demanding because no one will buy it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, our Indian hair, we sell the other stuff, probably honestly at least 100 bundles to one.
Yeah.
100 bundles to one. Why would we just sell, expensive Indian hair?
Yeah.
I mean, our prices are really good, but just people just can't afford it.
Right.
Don't get all snobby about it. It's okay. Not everyone's got to drive a Mercedes.
Right.
I drive a Scion. I'm happy. It's cool. Like, whatever. It looks like a white box cruising through Atlanta. I mean, I don't drive much because now I got my Bird.
Oh, yeah, the Bird or Uber.
Yeah, so apparently, speaking of Uber and Bird, so Uber just invested in a company called Lime. Okay, so Lime is going to be coming to Atlanta. It's already in other cities, probably San Francisco and California, where everything starts, technology-wise. So Lime is going to come compete with Bird. We'll see the difference.
It's like a scooter company.
Wow. And you'll be able to do it through the Uber app too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so Uber and Google actually just invested in this company.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Lime.
It's called Lime. They do bikes, and now they're adding the scooters too.
Yeah.
It's interesting how how much just things change so fast.
Oh yeah, technology. You know, before we used to buy those scooters from the store, like ride like the
not the electric
manual,
ones, though.
the manual scooters. Now they have electrical scooters where you can just drive.
Same with
wherever.
the bikes.
Yeah,
electric bikes everywhere.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, those things it's just fun. You know, that's the thing. People are like, well, why do you drive a little scooter to the office? And I'm like, because it's fun. Like, it's okay to have fun sometimes. Like, you don't have to always be like in this pretentious situation or a car or something like that. True. Like, you know, it's okay to have some fun. Now, like if I was dressed like you with the hair looking good and everything, obviously I don't know if I'd be riding the scooter.
Yeah.
You know, we got our editor Meg. She might not be as coordinated, so she might cry. I'm just kidding, Meg. I just took a shade
and threw it.
No, Meg's is awesome. So like you know who we had to have on the podcast one day?
Who?
Meg's.
Oh yeah.
Actually Meg's is coming out with her blogging course.
Yeah.
So she's working on it. So once
Megs is working on her blogging course like I was working on that Canva course.
Yeah. So maybe a little more. So once Megs gets the blogging course done, we can have Megs on and she can talk all about the course and all about blogging and all that. I think that would be really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, other than that, you know, the team's still pushing. Once we move, we're going to have to hire a couple more people, I'm sure. So that's, you know, always building the team is so important because we're nothing without our team.
Nothing.
The support system. So yeah, I mean, everything's good. It's just about staying positive and, you know, working with the Facebook group has been real good. So if you're listening to this and you're not part of our Facebook group, just go to hairbizradio.com, episode 36, and we will have a link directly over to the Facebook group so you can join. It's got about 17,500 people in it right now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's a good support group and people are learning a lot. They're real excited. We have contests, all the latest updates.
Yes, it's time for another contest.
Yeah, I posted that. No spam in the group. That's, you know, it's hard to find a good Facebook group without a bunch of spam.
Oh my God. I had to delete myself from so many groups because it's just spam.
It's spam. Like, it's just unbelievable. So there's no spamming in our group. It's really focused on education. And I think that's key. Like we spend, if you really think about it, between me, you, and the rest of the team now helping, it is like hours a day helping manage that group.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think probably in the next year or so, it's really going to be probably a half a day part-time job just for someone to help manage that group.
Yeah. Yep.
We're putting a lot into that.
A lot of content. Yeah.
Yeah, we're putting a lot. And you don't have to be, like, if you're not working with private label extensions, dropship bundles, we would love for you to.
Yeah.
But it's not a requirement to be in the group. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, hey, we're giving out this information. We want everybody to grow. And, you know, it's worked out pretty well, I think. I think that group has been a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, I think so, too. Definitely. A lot of reviews, like people, you know, just sharing their experience with how the group has helped them. Yeah. And that's really what the group is for, to help other people in their businesses.
Yeah, it's really rewarding, actually.
Yeah.
Really rewarding. And just, you know, that group is on fire, though.
It is.
I mean, the amount of comments and stuff in there some days, it's a lot.
All day, day.
Yeah, I mean, all night long, I have notifications if I comment on something because it's just like pop, 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 pop. You know, but it's great. I mean, it's exciting. Yeah. So we're going to continue to grow that. We're going to probably build out some more segmented groups that are like very specific about certain things. So some of the technology stuff we have coming out, we might have a special group for that. You know, the advanced marketing group, that's for classmates only. So I know a lot of people try to join it and I feel bad. I'm like, decline. You know, because you're not actually part of the actual course.
Yeah.
Eventually we might have something that you can join the group and not be part of the course so you can still get a lot of advanced marketing stuff. It's definitely stuff that we're not sharing all of it in the main Facebook group because I think the main Facebook group is kind of more like the beginner's course.
Yeah.
You know, so the beginner's course we're creating now, or you're creating mostly right now, you know, that's more for that. This advanced marketing course is kind of like that next step.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't want necessarily, I mean, it would be great, obviously, but it's not going to be a group that has 20,000 people in it, like in a year, like our other group.
Yeah.
Just because not everybody has moved over to this next level yet. They're still building up their business. but we'll see over time.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but thank you for tuning in to this episode of Hair Biz Radio. Make sure you guys subscribe to iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio, and we'll be back for episode 37.
Yes. Bye, everybody.